Today I'm going to show you how to replace a water pump on this 2018 VW GTI Autobahn. Applies basically to Tiguan and Audi Q5s and some of those type of engines. Stay tuned. So yeah, basically those are all sort of the same approaches on those Tiguans and Audis with this type of engine. 4-cylinder. First thing, you want to take the airbox out. I drain the coolant over here on this sensor. You basically take this clip out and pull the sensor out. Right there, you can see it. It drains most of it, or at least down to the point where you can work without a big mess. The next thing would be then, of course I always disconnect the battery. I'm gonna take this fan out. It's very simple. You have just a clip here, clip on the other side. It should come right out. The disconnect, the power plug from the fan is not always in the same position. In this case it's over here, sometimes it's on the fan assembly. Alright, so the fan is out. You just have those two clips here. You push them in and pull the fan up. The next thing is I'm gonna remove this pipe. It's gonna be bolted on here and there. And remove a couple of those hoses. I'm gonna leave this hose here attached, no worry. And remove this hose. And then there's a bracket down here that holds the intake. It's a little harder to get to, but not terrible. Here, and there's another bolt down there. There it is. This one. And once you have that out of the way, you need to remove the oil filter housing in order to get to this sensor here. Unplug this one and get this out of the way, and then you're basically ready to take the intake loose. Those connectors here you can slide out of the bracket. They are attached to the intake, and after that you should be able to remove the intake. Okay, so I removed the connector from the throttle body. Also, if you have sometimes a hard time to slide those connectors out of brackets, a little bit WD-40 or any lubricant helps. When they're really dusty, they're sometimes stuck. Here, this hose, you don't need to remove it completely, you just fold it over out of the way and secure it somewhere here. I use those rubber straps. Let's put it here. I need a second hand. Yeah, so here you get a better idea where the location is. I use a couple of small extensions. Too big. Let me get some. So yeah, after that you can basically remove the screws from the intake. Make sure you don't forget there's a bolt here on the side that holds the fuel line onto the intake. You can reach it from here. Basically, let me see if I can get. Here you see the clamp. It holds the fuel line on the intake, otherwise you won't get it off. Before you're able to take this pump out, you gotta remove this, let's call it the pump assembly. You gotta remove this cover here so you expose the belt. Top bolt is easy, it's right here. And bottom, it's a little harder. Let me get some light. You can see it right there. Oh my god. It's tight. I don't know if you can see it, but go this way. There it is. See, it's a little hard to reach. It's just a cover. It's up to you if you put it back or not. Usually the top bolt is fine. It's good enough if you just... That cover can't go anywhere anyway. So yeah, let me get that out. So after that, you basically be able to slide this belt off. Don't break that belt. And you just slide this pump out. It needs to slide out to the right. Alright, that's the pump. And you see it leaking here. I always replace the whole housing with the pump because the thermostat is inside, and that might be the next thing that breaks. The job is a little bit too big for taking that chance. Sometimes the gasket here gets stuck. Don't forget to remove before you put the new one. You should also check this guy here. Probably best to replace those O-rings and then reassembly. When I put the new pump in, if you put this cover back, you have to also take the bottom screw and put this back because it's part of the pump assembly. Otherwise, it's just you slide it in from the right to the left, and don't tie it up. Leave the screws loose and put the belt on first. And then when you slip the belt on, then you put the pump in place and tie it up. Okay, so whenever you put this intake back, you gotta put it in here a little bit from the side. If you try to go straight down, it's gonna hit your fuel line down here. So you're just gonna put it in an angle from the left to the right, and it's gonna be going in easy. I got this all back together. All I gotta do now is just fill with coolant, and I already pulled a little vacuum earlier and it's all tight, no leaks, and we should be good to go. So that's basically it. No screws left over, always a good sign. And if that helps, maybe consider subscribing.